So let me make this very clear. This is not one of my usual scripted videos because I wanted to get this information to you guys as quickly as possible. So right now I am just talking into the mic, breaking these news. So please forgive me if there's bad grammar, if I'm spilling over my words, but I'm also very, very excited. Now, this is massive news to me. I think this is going to be massive news to a lot of you guys. If you are someone who loves NBA history, who loves NBA statistics, who loves comparing players across generations or having, hypothetical conversations about how players would do against one another, then this is going to be massive news to you. This isn't going to be big news to everyone, but now we have new information. We have stats now listed on Basketball Reference that we didn't have previously. Now, to understand what's going on, you need to understand a little bit of the context of NBA history. So essentially, blocks and steals were not officially tracked until the 1973 to 1974 NBA season. Wilt Chamberlain's final season in the NBA was the 1972 to 1973 season, which means that if you go to Basketball Reference and you look at Wilt Chamberlain's stat sheet, you're not going to see blocks per game listed because they were not officially tracked until the year after he started playing. With that being said, there are some examples of guys' stats being tracked, but not officially. For example, in the past, I've talked about the Hall of Fame statistician. He worked for the NBA like forever. His name's Harvey Pollock. And so many of the stats that you see listed on NBA.com, Basketball Reference, StatMuse, wherever you see them, those were tracked. Many of those were tracked by Harvey Pollock. This guy goes way back to the NBA's infancy, basically, and he ended up passing away in the mid to late 2010s. Now again, this guy tracked NBA stats before and after they became official. The NBA just didn't decide to make them official. Harvey Pollock was tracking blocks and steals in the 72 to 73 season, and the NBA didn't save that information, didn't record it, didn't put it in the record books. And then just 1 year later, the NBA league office decides to make that official. And now all of a sudden, Harvey Pollock is doing the exact same thing, but now the stats are officially tracked. So, like I said, many of these stats, all this information was being tracked in the early years of the NBA. So what Basketball Reference has now done, which is where I most commonly pull my stats from, I think a lot of you guys probably regularly visit Basketball Reference and gather information from there. They are now listing stats prior to the 1974 to 1973 season for some specific players where their information can be verified. And this is something that I can never verify because I didn't have all the information. But essentially, Basketball Reference got information from the Long Beach Independent. And I'll have a link to the article in the pinned comment, and so you guys can understand everything that's going on here. But essentially, they had all of the information now of the 1972 to 1973 season, so the year prior to when they started tracking it, for guys like Wilt Chamberlain, guys like Bob McAdoo, and some other players as well. Even some of Jerry West's steals we now have some information on as well. So with this information, we have now learned that in Wilt Chamberlain's final season in the NBA, at the age of 36, he averaged 5.4 blocks per game. Now, is this an official NBA stat? Not yet. The league office is not recognizing it yet. But might they at some point? Yeah, the record books could be changing quite a bit. 5.4 blocks per game is the second highest single season average in NBA history. It trails only Mark Eaton, who sits at the top spot with 5.6. Wilt Chamberlain is also second all-time for the most total blocks now in a single season with 446. And again, this was Wilt Chamberlain in the final season of his career after he had his knee problems at the age of 36, after he put on a lot of weight, playing just 43 minutes per game, averaging 5.4 blocks per game. Imagine what he was doing in the mid-20s, when he was slimmer, when he was faster, when he could jump higher, and he was actually playing 48 minutes per game. Those numbers had to be so insanely goofy. I've talked about in the past how Harvey Pollock tracked a bunch of Wilt Chamberlain's games and how those stats averaged out to be about 8.8 or something like that, over 8 blocks per game. But again, that was a lot of different games from different seasons, and so you couldn't average out an entire season, but now you can. This is being recognized by Basketball Reference. Basketball Reference is saying these stats are real. They're just as real as any other stats that you're seeing on their website. It just basically hasn't been signed off yet by the NBA. Might it eventually be signed off by the NBA and these can be officially recognized by everyone? I hope so. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I certainly hope so. But the fact that you now have the most visited NBA basketball statistics site recognizing these stats, telling you that they're real, this is huge, man. This is a day I didn't think we'd ever see, and I think this is really, really cool. And so I'm hoping more data comes from this, more stats comes from this, that we dig up other players and it starts getting officially listed. But again, man, this just improves the legacy of Wilt Chamberlain. Again, there's some other players that I'd like to look at as well. You know, Jerry West was known to be one of the greatest pickpockets in NBA history, but people rarely talk about his defensive abilities. I think he was a 5-time NBA All-Defender, but all-defense teams didn't even exist before he had reached the age of 30. So because of that, he really should have like 10 or 11 all-defense teams. And I can only imagine if we had all of his steals numbers. And so, again, just a big day if you are an NBA historian, if you care a lot about these stats. Wilt Chamberlain destroying NBA blocks records in his final season. Can only imagine, what those numbers look like in his prime. So anyway, guys, I wanted to get this information out to you guys as soon as possible because I'm not sure if you can tell in my voice. I am very, very excited about this just because it's something exciting. I didn't ever think we'd see this. No other player 36 years or older has ever managed to get 200 blocks in a single season in the NBA. Wilt Chamberlain got 446. Like, that's insane. And it's not just opinion now. We have actual data on it. And it's being recognized by Basketball Reference. So when I'm talking about these stats now, and when I bring up the numbers that Wilt averaged in his final game, people should not be questioning on it or thinking that I'm just making up some mythical numbers. No, these are officially tracked by Basketball Reference. The league office just doesn't recognize it yet. But Basketball Reference itself is telling you these are real. Big stuff, awesome information. So excited about all of this. So guys, let me know in the comment section below, is this exciting news to you? What are some stats that you'd like to see, eventually be dug up and discovered? Because yeah, this is making my imagination just run wild right now with how excited I am. So thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content. Shout out to the members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.